everyone, it's Annette with ASCardDesign. Today we are using what we have. So I am going to make another gift tag video, and I'm using supplies that I've had in my stash for quite some time, and I want to have a play with them. I need to use them, and I'm making a commitment to myself to use what I have before I start buying a bunch more stuff. So I found these holographic papers in my supplies. I don't know where I got them. They've been in this bin I have marked Christmas, and they're just a variety of colors. There's like a gold, a blue tone, just different holographic. I really liked this blue color, so I'm going to go with that today. So we're going to make a tag using holographic paper. And you know what? We're not even going to cut this into a tag. We're going to keep this square just to show you how you can make a tag any shape. You can do circles. If you have circle dies or triangular dies, any shape you want, you can make a tag. It does not have to be a traditional tag. I did make a tag in a recent video, and if you're interested in that, I will link it to the end of this video, so be sure to check that out. But I want to show you how you can just make a square or rectangular tag. And we're going to dress this panel up. I mean, it's beautiful as it is, but we are going to run it through this embossing folder that I've had for about 2 years from Lisa Horton Crafts, called Snowflake Flurry. And it's just going to put a beautiful snowflake pattern all over that holograph. So when you have your 3D or your embossing folders, this is not 3D, I do not believe. It's just a 2D embossing folder. But there's always going to be a raised side and a depressed side, or a debossed and embossed. So this is, I can see that the edge of this little arrow is raised up. So I want this side, the raised up side, to be underneath my panel. So when I run it through the machine, it pushes up into the panel, so the raised side is here on this side. Now, if this was just a white piece of plain cardstock, it wouldn't matter, because if, I would just flip it over. But I definitely want the raised image to be on the top of this holographic side. So I'm just going to position that in, and then we're going to bring in the big shot. Bring in the die cutting and embossing machine, and let's get this set up here. This is a pretty big embossing folder, but it will fit. I mean, it's the same size as my mat basically, but I usually like to send things through on an angle. It just goes through a little bit easier, but I'm not going to be able to do that here, as you can see. But it'll just be a little bit, well, it's really struggling, so I want to back out. The other thing is, every embossing folder is just a little bit different as far as the thickness. So I am going to take out the shim, because you don't want to force these through or they will break or crack your plates, or both. So you want it to go through snugly, but you don't want to force it. And again, too much. So let's just keep trying. Let's put the shim back. Maybe that the magic mat might have been too much. And that, let me pan out, because I really want you to see. This might not be enough, but I actually think it's going to be okay. It was pretty snug, but it was able to go through. I don't want too much pressure to crack my paper either. Hopefully I didn't do that. But you can see it really embossed well. And there's the raised image on the holograph. Isn't that really nice? Very nice. Okay. So we have that. And it did curl because of that pressure. It just, it's just going to do that. So what we could do is we could cut a piece of cardstock. And I'm going to do that. Wasn't planning on doing that, but in hindsight, it might be a good idea when you're doing this technique. So let's bring in the paper trimmer, and let's just see. We have exactly 3.5. So let's cut this down to 3.5. Okay. And the other measurement is 4.25. So we'll do 4.25. And that should fit nicely right. I might take it down just a bit. That should fit. Well, I think it's going to be just spot on. So let's glue that down first of all. And we're going to put a lot of glue just so all these little dipped edges adhere. I'm getting very close to the edge because I want those to lay flat. My glue bottle is almost empty. I think it'll make it through this video though. And I'm just really making sure that's glued down. Now, the other thing, let's go ahead and bring in my scoring board just so I can use this as a guide where to line this up. And we're just going to put that right up into the corner, and then we can line this up right into the corner. Get those two to meet up. And then make sure that they get good and stuck together. And I may have to put this under a book for just a minute. And I'm not going to worry if it's off. It is off a little bit, but we can trim that later. Okay. All right. So let's see how far off we are. Let's see if we can actually only see a little bit of white up here. I mean, just a tad. So I'm just going to take these scissors and right down here. I mean, we're splitting hairs here. It's not much. And maybe right here. This is the edge that needs a little help, but just, you know, shore it up, make sure it's all even. And that's what we have so far. So this is just a very pretty, well, there you see that shine right there. Look at that. Oh, I love these holographic papers. I wish I could remember where I got them. Okay. All right. And then I do know, so I have this little box and it's not even marked Christmas, but I just have a lot of Christmas elements. And I do know that last year at Michael's, after the season, I bought a bunch of packs of these. And these are kind of nice. These are just gold shimmery ephemera, but they're self-adhesive. And I'm going to just put that right onto my tag. Okay. This is a very simple project. Anybody can make this. So you just want to, I'm just taking a pick tool to see where I can start to peel off the backer paper. So I know I'm not in camera shots, so I'm basically just going in to the side here. I mean, it's very tedious, so I'm just going to go off camera and get this started. Okay. So I had it. There we go. And then you just peel the backer off. Okay, and now you don't even have to glue that. So I'm just going to center this on. It's pretty much as wide as the base, but I'm just going to make sure there's even top and bottom margins. And, you know, it doesn't have to be perfect. We're just making a homemade tag. So that's what we have so far. All right. This would be a very good project if you have kids to do. Very easy to do. So the other thing we need is a punch. And I also did die cut off camera using Ginakdesigns die tag trio. I used the small tag and I die cut in a similar color. The small die I used and just cut this tag, and I really like the tag trio because it has this stitched edge. So, you know, essentially I could have made the tag from the die set, but I just wanted to show you don't need a die set to do that. You really don't even need to do this because the white backing paper on this, you know, you're able to write to and from, but I thought it'd be kind of fun to just put a little tag here. and we'll dress that up, and then you can write to and from. Okay, and then on here we want to do our punch, and I'm just going to center this and put it right above the Noel, right about like that. Okay, in fact I think I even nicked the part of the Noel, but that's okay. All right, let's focus on the back of this. I want to try to just dress this up a little bit, and I have this die cut snowflake in here. That could be kind of fun on there, and I wonder if I can add some color. I'm trying to find something smallish and red. Let's see. Oh, that dog is cute. Oh boy, what's on the front? Oh, that dog is cute, isn't it? Let's do that. And let's see if I thought there was like a, here it is. I wonder what this will look like since the dog has a red shiny hat. Yeah, it's kind of like shiny paper on there. I want to leave you some room to put the to and the from. So we could put that there and maybe the dog down here and that. Well, I don't know. I want to do all the things, but I just don't feel like maybe less is more. Right, we'll just put the dog right there. We're just going to glue him right down on here. Well, I don't think I'm going to put glue at the bottom because he's going to come off the tag a little bit, but let's just put him like that. I think that looks cute. So that's the back, that's the front, and then all we need to do is I'm going to put some red on the front of this since we have red on the back, and I'm just using some baker's twine that I had in my ribbon, and I'm just actually just do like 2 lengths. I don't measure it. Cut it, bring the ends together. So that'll fold it pretty much in half, and then I bring the ends together again. Okay, and then take this end that's looped, and I like to take it through the back and then open the loop up and then bring my tails through. Okay, and then that is a quick tag that you don't really have to have in the traditional tag shape, but that would still look beautiful on a gift, hanging from a gift. And I love the embossed snowy background from that embossing folder from Lisa Horton. There we go, so pretty. And then I really like the red tie. It just adds some really nice contrast. And then on the back, you have this cute little black lab, and he's so cute. And then on this tag, you can write to and from. And there you go. That's a quick and easy DIY Christmas tag. You can make, you can translate this to anything. You can make a birthday tag, just by not doing the snowflakes. But, maybe somebody has a winter birthday. This would be perfect for them. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and stick around to the end. I will link another video that you might enjoy with more tag ideas. And if you would like the video, I would appreciate that. And if you're not a subscriber, do subscribe. I'd love to have you join us, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next time we are on. Until then, everyone, have a great week. See ya.